Okay, this video is entitled The Top 5 Reasons Why I Have to File a Lawsuit Against the FBI, and the top 5 reasons why I will win, and then my top 5 demands of the FBI. The number one, I'm going to start with the number one reason. The number one reason that I have to file a lawsuit is because I've been feeling so depressed that it's like being suicidal. And my only daydream is, like, I feel like my only two options are suicide by cop or file a lawsuit. Suicide by cop is a ridiculous option and doesn't make any sense why anybody would do that. So that means that I need to devote my life to filing a lawsuit. So that's the number one reason why I should file a suit. Second reason I need to do this is because being pursued by law enforcement is changing me. Okay, it's changing me in a bad way. It used to be if somebody's walking down the street and looks at me funny, I just think, oh, no big deal. Now if somebody's walking down the street and looks at me funny, I think, they're gang stalking me. Oh my God, it's one of them. And I'm cranky and mean. If you look at my YouTube channel, I'm way crankier and way meaner than I've ever been. And I'm not normally like this. Normally I'm a really nice guy, to be honest. Reason number 3, I need help more now than ever. And that covers a lot of different aspects of my life. And if y'all think that helping me is chasing me and pursuing me and treating me like a criminal, that doesn't help. That's making me more and more angry and actually I'm not really considering suicide by cop, but I'm having these fantasies about it. That's not good. And that's on you guys for doing that. Reason number 4, to be exonerated. And I will be completely exonerated because I have never committed a crime, especially a crime against an individual, in my life, and I know this to be true. And I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And then, number 5 is so that I can testify in court and also put others under oath and get their truthful and legal under oath testimony. I'm talking about previous employers, co-workers, members of law enforcement, members of the jail community, like Shasta County jail employees, Lassen County jail employees, Yuba County jail employees, Sutter County jail employees. I mean, literally dozens and dozens and dozens of people that I want to put under oath to find out what's being said about me. So the truthful testimony of pastors. There's more than one pastor and more than one employer. And I'm talking about people who are high level in business that I want to find out what they were told and what was said about me. And then I had a dream where I saw a friend of mine saying he wanted to read the report, the FBI report. And this came to me in a dream, and I woke up and thought, yeah, I wonder what that report says. I got to see that. So that's another reason I want to see what all the hoopla is all about. Okay? Top 5 reasons why I will win. The number one reason why I'll win is I'm innocent. I haven't done anything to anyone. But I put the number one reason as look at how it has changed me. If you look at my life and the way I live back in 2016 and compare that to 2018, and I believe I can prove to a 12-panel jury that any change, any way that I was living that was different from, because I lived pretty consistently from 2012 to 2017, and I lived pretty consistently from 1992 to 2012, okay? So from 1992 to 2012, I lived a very consistent life. And then in 2012, a few things changed, but from 2012 to 2016, I lived a pretty consistent life. And then around by 2017 and 18, is when things changed. And that's also, in other words, if you were to look at my life and my lifestyle before they started following me and interfering with my life, I believe I can prove in court that they interfered with my life and caused me to have more problems, than, especially psychological problems, than I've ever had before. Namely, suicide by cop thoughts. What is that all about? That's not right. And other thoughts that I never would have considered before. I mean, just, and I want to testify. Okay. The second number one reason why I will win in court is my testimony. It's part of due process of law. It's part of the Constitution. It's part of the Bill of Rights that we are supposed to be able to testify on our own behalf. I shouldn't have to live the rest of my life being followed by the FBI and being treated like a criminal. Number 3, the testimony of others. And then number 4 is the same as number 1, that I have never committed a crime. But I put that as number 4 as well because there's 2 different aspects of that. 1, I've never committed a crime. And 2, they've been pursuing me, but it has changed me that if I were to commit a crime, it would only be because of their mistreatment of me. Okay? And then finally, this is a Bible verse, is that I am forced to restore what I have not stolen. In other words, they're treating me like a criminal, like I have to do something to make up for it, which I've never done. Something I've never done. In other words, I haven't stolen anything, and yet they want me to restore. Okay, for example, let's say virginity. I have never stolen anybody's virginity. That is a fact. Okay? And now, why are you going to try to have me restore as if I have stolen someone's virginity? Never. I can't. Because I never stole it in the first place. I'm just saying. Now, I also put my top 5 demands. Like, in the one, another reason I'm going to win the lawsuit is my demands are reasonable. My number 1 demand is that they continue to follow me for the rest of my life, and every time I get a new vehicle, I want to have someone at the FBI who I can go to who will install a tracking device in my vehicle. That way, if something happens on the other side of town, they can't come and try to blame me for it. And that's what I'm talking about. So I actually demand that they continue to track me in some way. Okay? It's just like so-and-so is accused of murder, and then they find out that there's video footage of him at the 7-Eleven buying a Slurpee at the same time that so-and-so perpetrated such and such against so-and-so. And it exonerates them. I want them to follow me and watch me for the rest of my life. That's part of the demands. Second, I demand enough money, that I can protect myself from the hostility of others. That's a strong demand, and I'm going to win because of that. Those are my 2 demands. Enough money to protect myself from the hostility of these people who are trying to destroy me, and that they do continue to monitor me. How fair is that? It never bothered me that they're following me. What bothers me, so now let's talk legal term. Slander and defamation of character. 1. 2, lack of due process or disregard for due process of the law. Okay? 3, intentional infliction of emotional distress. Now, the FBI might say, well, that wasn't us, that was the local law enforcement. Well, sorry for you, I just changed states, and local law enforcement in this state is following me too. That means the FBI has to be involved. And y'all, FBI, can go after your local municipal little police departments as you wish after I receive my demands. All right? And then finally, that's the end of this video. Yesterday I called the FBI, told them that that I'm filing a lawsuit. I want to meet with them. I'm homeless because of them. I'm homeless right now. That's the other thing. I'm homeless. So how do you file suit? How do I send? Here's what is admissible in court, I believe. I cannot send certified mail with signature confirmation because I don't have a return address to receive the signature confirmation page. So therefore, how do I confirm that I've delivered my demand letter? So I went to the FBI office, the field office that just so happens to be called One Justice Way. Hopefully there is some justice over there. And maybe they're looking at their California people going, you guys what are you doing? You know, I mean, come on. What is wrong with you people in California? We got the Texans that hopefully they have some God in their heart. Because Californians don't. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Alright, and finally, if y'all think I need help, you're going to pay for my help. Oh, yeah, so I went to the office yesterday, the FBI office, and I had called the FBI, and they said, well, you can go and meet with them any time between like 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. I showed up at like 2 in the afternoon, and they're like, oh, no, they're closed for the day, He said every other day they're open, but the day I show up, they're rejecting any visitors. And I was the only person there, so there was no way there was anybody else. They knew I was coming. They decided to shut me down before I could even walk in the door. But today, I'm dropping off that letter, and then hopefully in another week, I'll be in California. I'll go to the FBI field office in Sacramento, do the same thing over there. Video record it, post it all on YouTube, and then I'm filing suit.